Okay, so I recorded a video on this channel about a month ago, and in it I talk about three things that I can invest my time and my money into. It's mainly focused on money, but time's also a factor as well, right? And that was health, so making myself feel energized, healthy throughout the day, eating good foods, investing in like maybe sleep mattress, like sort of you get these sort of good mattresses that sort of track your sleep or whatever, or like a sort of ring that tracks your sleep, air filter, stuff like that. And the third one, so that was the first one. Second one was business, so which is basically like this YouTube channel and my other YouTube channel and various other projects I have to make money. And then number three was my relationships, so improving my romantic relationships, improving my friendships and stuff like that. And yeah, all of them I thought really required, if I really wanted to like make significant improvement in them, they would require some kind of capital. And I've got this job now, and so far my attitude has just been to sort of sprinkle a little bit of money into each bit. So I spent a bit of money on health, bought like an air filter. I've been quite cautious about like what I eat, trying to eat sort of stuff that, experimenting with diets that, like just eating meat and stuff like that and seeing how I feel, which requires a bit more capital. And then, I've sprinkled a bit of money into business, going on these vlogs, filming content there, buying equipment to facilitate that's really good. And then, social life, like I haven't neglected that. Being prepared to like spend money on, going out or like going to the pub or, stuff like that, right? But to be honest, it's left me feeling a little bit dissatisfied, this approach, and I do openly admit this in the video that it's not the best solution, because you do make gains if you do this, but you don't make like the super good gains that you really want. And I think the best approach really is just to figure out what is going to be my focus for the next month or so, and just put all your cards on that, and just kind of let the other stuff just kind of fall apart. And anyway, I've realised that the thing to focus on for me is going to be business, basically. So I've decided just to put all my money for this month, obviously like allowing myself to eat, and like cover basic necessities and whatever. But all the meaningful capital that could be spent on other stuff, I'm just going to spend on these YouTube vlogs on my other channel. And yeah, I've just decided that I'm not going to prioritise health this month. I'm not going to try and eat particularly healthy. I'm just going to make sure I have enough to eat to last me through the month, and eat relatively cheaply, and don't eat anything super unhealthy, But apart from that, I'm not going to worry too much about what I eat. I'm going to eat a lot more sort of carbs, rice, vegetables, a bit of meat, stuff that's going to fill me up that's quite cheap, just so that I can spend as much capital as possible just on this this idea for a vlog that I'm going to do in Belgium in a couple of weeks. And it's quite funny that I'm prepared to do that, but I've just decided that is what I'm going to do. And the way I framed it to myself, because I feel like at the end of the day, what it really boiled down to for me was health versus business. They seem to be the two major things that require money, because relationships you can kind of keep alive without money, you know. It's much more difficult, but I don't know, I feel like the real priority for me at the moment, if I was just going for what I really felt in my heart rather than like what I felt I should do, I feel like it did boil down to investing in stuff that made me just feel amazing and like really focused and really healthy and really energized, or like my like creative endeavors and stuff to earn money. That's what it really boiled down to for me. And the way I've framed it to myself is like two scenarios. Would I rather just eat like the best diet imaginable so I feel like 100%, you know, I feel amazing, I feel super motivated, super energized, blah blah blah, but I can't do anything, I can't work towards my goals? And in a sense you could say like, oh, but isn't like health a goal, you know, to be more healthy, isn't that a goal? What I mean by goals is like, I think particularly as men, we need like goals that are just the creative endeavours that sort of stands on their own. And that could be a creative endeavour in the kind of artistic sense of like, oh, you know, making a vlog or a YouTube video or writing a poem or something like that. But it could be like starting like a sales company or a e-commerce business, you know, whatever it is. Like, we have some kind of creative vision that goes beyond ourselves. And yeah, it's really important as men that we do this stuff. So that's what I mean when I say goals. So either be super healthy, feel really energized, but I can't put any money into, like, any time or any investment into any of my goals. It's just not possible. And so I just have to work, basically, work a job that I don't like, or like, you know, that I'm not like super energized by, and then, you know, but I feel really good all the time, really healthy. Or feel kind of average, you know, don't go crazy on the health, but I get to do something that really like makes me feel passionate, which is these YouTube vlogs, you know. Which one would I choose? And I was just like, yeah, obviously I'm going to choose the second one. And I don't know, it just really spelled it out for me. And I think it is important to invest in health and stuff like that, but really, what it really boils down to is purpose and like your creative vision for your life that goes beyond yourself, you know. Like, what I mean by that is like, if I don't go to Belgium and make this video that I've got planned, no one's going to make it. Like, I know, you know, AI and exists now and whatever, but no one's, and like, there have been other people who've gone to the same place and made similar-ish kind of videos, but no one quite sees what I see in it, you know. I have a certain creative vision that other people don't have about this place, and it's on me to make that happen, you know. And that's that's a really exciting feeling to really be in touch with that. And it really gets you at your core. I remember like a week before I went to do this call, because before this I did a video in Cornwall, like another travel vlog in Cornwall, and I remember going for a swim in the river nearby with some friends a week before I went, like I say, and I had a cut on my I can't remember where it was, like on my leg somewhere, and I sort of got out of the water and I was a bit sort of worried that this cut was going to get infected, because the water in Oxford was like really dirty, and but then I thought to myself, you know what, but the thing was, I was like, yeah, like, the reason I was kind of worried about it was because I was like, if I die, I won't get a chance to make this video in Cornwall, and no one's going to make it. That's how important it is. And yeah, it feels great to be in touch with that. And I just feel like, you know, as I make more money, I'll invest more and more of that into health. But fundamentally, when push comes to shove, I think purpose is the thing you've got to put money into you. And ultimately, that's the thing that's going to give you that youthful energy, that kind of love for life, that excitement that everyone craves, you know. I mean, you look at someone like Brian Johnson, who has probably engineered like one of the most healthy lifestyles possible, you know, goes to bed super early, takes loads of supplements, you know, eats super clean, you know, whatever. That's his whole mission. But I mean, he's clearly very driven by it. He's clearly very purposeful. But think about someone like, I'm trying to think of a good example. There's something he still doesn't have, you know. There's something missing from him, and maybe it's because he's just so worried. He's so focused on his health. There's a sort of purpose that goes beyond his health that he's not focusing on. I just feel like someone like, I don't know, you just think about a musician like David Bowie or Tupac. I mean, Tupac died quite young, so it's a bad example, but or like Biggie. You know, I mean, Biggie's a great example. You know, really fat guy, extremely unhealthy, but he's got like a real vivacity to him. He's got a real like, you know, rest in peace, but you know, he had like a real sort of energy about him, you know, that people found compelling. Or David Bowie, you know, even when he was in like his 60s and he had done fuck tons of cocaine, and his brain was fucking falling to bits, he was still super charismatic, you know. And I just feel like it's because these guys had like, they're in touch with like a creative vision for their life that went beyond themselves, you know. And it's like, all these guys, you know, David Bowie, Tupac, and Biggie, they're all dead now, you know, rest in peace. But they still have a legacy, you know. They're gone, but they live on in like the creative works that they've done. And I mean, it's difficult because I guess Brian Johnson in a sense is a bad example because he does find his work very meaningful, and you know, he probably will have a legacy after he's gone. But there's still something in like David Bowie or a Biggie that I just don't see in Brian Johnson. And and these guys, like, they weren't healthy, they didn't live healthy lives. And yeah, it's just worth pondering on that. So anyway, guys, that's my kind of perspective. I think if you're a young man and you've got some goals, focus on them first and find ways to make them generate lots of capital. And then as you get more money, then invest in health. Because you'll just be happier that way, basically. Because otherwise your life just won't be as exciting. And yeah, that's what I think, guys. As always, if you click the top link in the description, I'm doing some one-on-one coaching at the moment. So it'd be great to get you involved. But otherwise, I'll see you in the next video.